Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Marcus today with another Re-T podcast. I'm here. Woohoo! I'm here today with my boy Adam.
Yo, what's up?
And of course, we got our head editor here today, Dizzle. Yo,
head
Dizzle.
editor.
Hold up. Head editor.
Jesus. I think people are a little confused about my job.
Yeah, I think Dizzle earned that after the Family Feud thumbnail. Come on.
No, I'm technically
you're
director
right. I took Adam.
and head editor, but Dizzle does like all the cool stuff.
I think Marcus just gave me a promotion.
I don't think I have the jurisdiction to give out
No,
promotions.
you don't.
Oh, so much for the first few minutes. Hey,
I
man.
just want. I'll bleep it. It's fine.
Hey, YouTube is for kids now, man.
Shut up.
We don't
I'll
start-
bleep it. It's fine.
If you want to get to the official, uncensored, retranslated, get to about the 5-minute mark.
I'll bleep it. It's fine. How's your day been, by the way, guys?
Oh, it's busy Monday, but it's another day. Another day, another dollar.
Oh, we're
I
recording
was
this on
supposed
Monday,
to relax.
by the way.
In case anybody didn't know, yeah, this is a Monday.
Ew.
Nah, I decided to call a podcast because I'm going into my one and only day off for the week.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, work's rough right now. It's why episodes are going a little bit slow. So, if you're wondering where part 4 is, it's up my ass and to the left.
It's in your brain. It'll get out. Just gotta push a little hard.
No,
It's also kind of waiting on me because I have a lot of lines to record.
don't worry about that. Like you could spend about a month on that. You still would get it done before me.
If you're late on your lines,
You don't
then that
even
means
have any
everyone's
lines.
late.
Oh,
I
know
mean
you
the
play
editing. Shut up.
Oh.
Editing takes a lot more time, I think. Personally, you know.
Yeah, it really does. Anyway, I want to talk about a thing that happened recently over the weekend.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yes.
light up, man.
So I want to give a massive, massive shout out to RPG Limit Break, and more specifically Violin SR, who did an amazing run of Kingdom Hearts 80%. Died a couple of times, I think, but you know that's what it's like when you live speedrun. But he did something quite cool for us. I feel like he could talk about this properly now. So before he started doing all the speedrunning, he sent a message about 12 hours before the speedrun saying, "Hey, Adam, you know that mod that you guys made?" And he's like, yeah. Well, I got permission to use it during RPG Limit Break. Bye! Okay. So... it's as
Just
of...
left you hanging after that.
Yeah. So, as of recording this episode, the VOD isn't up right now. But me and Marcus got to watch it live. And if people aren't familiar with Kingdom Hearts, there's this hilarious glitch that you can do called the Oathkeeper cutscene glitch. So it's the cutscene where Sora's talking to Kairi in the cave under Traverse Town. But during that cutscene, Violin decided to use our mod, and you know it got a huge reaction from everyone there, and people seem to love it.
Oh, yeah.
And, oh my god!
Dude, seriously, man, like, Violin, you're my boy, thank you so much for that. Hearing the whole crowd go crazy, because after he had finished showcasing, like, the little bit, like, that he wanted to showcase, one of the guys said, "Hey, why don't you heal Goofy?" And to those of you guys who haven't seen the mod, when Sora heals Goofy and Donald, he goes, "Donna, stupid." So they said, "Hey, why don't you heal Goofy?" He goes, "Oh yeah, good idea." And he heals Goofy, and all you hear is my "Thanks, pal." And the
Sora saying "stupid,"
and the entire room just like everybody in the room just lost it, and
I think I think the reason is because Goofy is really important to the Kingdom Hearts 1 crowd speedrun. So it feels like Violin did this entire run relying on Goofy, only for Sora to go, stupid!
Oh.
That made it even. It was worth it. It was that right there made these past 13 to 15 months of suffering in this project completely worth it.
Yeah.
100% suffering, no joy.
Well, yeah, no, it's
Literally,
genuinely...
on the contract, when I joined this server, when I joined on the project, Adam said, okay, remember, my name is Adaminator, I'm your boss, and there's no joy to be had here.
How dare you!
How
dare you!
My contract, too.
That was in yours, too? Oh, yeah, so it wasn't just me. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to update the contract.
Yeah, we get a whole raise.
Marcus and Dizzle are no longer allowed free speech.
Oh, crap.
Wait.
I'm taking your
Am I allowed
American
to say that now?
right. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, God. Can you take it from all Americans? That'd be quite nice.
Yeah, I feel like there are a lot of people out there that really you know what? Actually, free speech is fine. If you want free speech, go for it. But it shouldn't be freedom of consequence. If you say something controversial, then it's freedom for me to punch you in the face.
You know, that's a good law. We should get that in writing.
It should be. It's like...
So, like, as an example, like, if I say, dude, the best Kingdom Hearts game is Recoded, you are completely allowed to punch me in the throat? It's not the best game, but...
It's the point is that if you were to say, my favorite Kingdom Hearts game is Recoded, that is something that you are allowed to say, but it is also free for everyone else to ridicule you for your decision.
Oh, yeah.
That's how freedom of speech
Fair.
is supposed to work. Freedom of speech doesn't mean what I say goes.
So
Freedom of speech means you're allowed to say
no more of that. So what you're saying is no more of that crap. No more of that crap where people say, "Oh, well, I respect your opinion." No, I don't have to respect your opinion.
No, you
Your
don't have to
opinion's
respect anyone's opinion. If someone says something stupid, you tell them they're stupid. It's how they learn. Or don't learn.
That's how we learn.
F you, Karen.
Thank you for coming to Adam's TED Talk, everybody.
I don't get to talk about this sort of thing too often. Every single one of these podcasts has been like, oh, so what's your favourite Kingdom Hearts game? Oh, what's your favourite Kingdom Hearts character? Shut up! I want to talk about free speech and why Karens can go fuck themselves.
Wow!
Teaser/spoiler alert, just wait until the podcast next week where we have 3 new cast members joining us, and the entire session will be us asking about their Kingdom Hearts experience.
Also, secretly, Adam hates Kingdom Hearts. I think that's been made clear.
I actually despise the series. No.
I don't want to know about your experience with Kingdom Hearts. It's a trash game anyway.
That's actually a good point. Like, we've played this, we've actually done this podcast, and I've actually not given my opinion on the whole series, have I?
Have you even introduced your favorite? You know what? Since you hate
you never went down the list either. Yeah, hold on.
I never technically did.
You thought you were free of this time, buddy. Well, guess what? What's your favorite Kingdom Hearts game?
I'm running this podcast today.
The Kingdom Hearts mobile game, but specifically the one on the Vcast.
That you totally played in Japan while you were there, because you lived there.
Talking Parrot, my favorite character.
You're fired.
No, if you want a genuine opinion of my favorite game, it kind of has to be Kingdom Hearts 2. I know there's a lot of people out there that are going like, oh, Kingdom Hearts 2 is not that great, but I'm sorry.
No, it is.
It is really good. The gameplay is solid, and the dialogue's not too cheesy yet. It's still got some cheese. It's got some nice cheddar in there, but it's not gone full like Edam.
It's not like the full slices of cheese. It's like when you just sprinkle it in there.
Yeah, it's like some grated cheddar or mozzarella.
Yeah,
it's very nice right now.
cheese.
We're not eating full blocks of blue cheese right now.
Like Swiss, there's little holes in it.
Yeah, it's fine. I just don't
Good
want.
game.
We're not talking like
There's
The
like
cheese
no
with
way
the
of
worms in
saying
it.
this like without sounding edgy, even though I play the edgy character of the trio. I think like my favorite games in Kingdom Hearts are the ones that, this is gonna sound really messed up, but the ones that like have a heavy death scene.
Ooh, yeah.
God!
The ones that feature death.
Okay, so hang on, let me call it. So, obviously 358 over 2 days, Shion.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
yep.
Are we talking Kingdom Hearts 3 with Xehanort?
Oh no.
Xehanort's dying. Boo. Everyone else dies though. Good game.
Hmm. I mean, Axel has a big death scene in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Axel, yeah, dude, that scene was like playing through it like the first time. Like you're like, oh no, Axel, come back.
By the way,
Like,
my plan is...
like Willy Wonka after Augustus Gloop fell in the chocolate river, and he's like, help, please, somebody.
Oh no! Someone
Okay,
should.
you know what?
But
save
then
him.
when you go back and play it after playing Days and like learning more of the character, Axel's death is agonizing.
Okay, I'm... Controversial opinion coming in right now. I don't like Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka.
Oh my god! Someone who finally agrees with me.
I don't think he's a good Willy Wonka. It just isn't.
I've never heard anyone have the same opinion as me. Thank you for existing in this world.
Well, the thing
What
is,
I'm
like,
getting from this is
Roald
that-
Dahl is obviously the original writer of the book, and I'm not going to pretend that Roald Dahl was an amazingly ethical person. He did die still a little bit racist, but he at least was a very, very good children's book writer. I will say that. So when the movie that Gene Wilder starred in, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, or was it Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the first one?
It was Willy Wonka. the first
Willy
one.
Wonka was the first one.
Roald Dahl was still alive by that point. And Roald Dahl...
He hated that movie.
Yeah, Roald Dahl hated the first one.
Yeah, it's nothing like the book at all, really.
Yeah, no, he hated the egg scene with the goose. He hated the fizzy lifting drink bit. He hated the everlasting gobstopper conspiracy thing that they added. They did have a mention of it
There's
in
a
the book.
conspiracy thing?
So the Slugworth that goes, hey, if you steal me the everlasting gobstopper, I'll make you a millionaire.
Yeah.
And he said that to all the kids to basically get them to admit to go against Willy Wonka, and that's not what the book's about. The book is about don't be a rotten child. And people criticize the Johnny Depp version for being, Charlie is too good. He's a perfect boy. It's like, he was written to be a perfect child. That's how he was written. He was supposed to be the extreme end of what a child could be. This kid had grown up in poverty. He didn't know any better. He had only ever lived his life to be polite and well-mannered to everyone because he didn't have the money and the resources to be a shit.
So what you're saying is, hey, you want to be a good person? Be literally starving to death.
No, that's not what that means. What that means is that if you want to be a good person, don't let possessions and greed and money control you.
Yeah. You're validating my whole life right now, thank you.
This goes back to the whole Karen thing. Karens think they can get away with the world because they think they have money and power when they really don't. What they have is maybe a special bag that, can be reused multiple times.
Since we're talking about Karen and Willy Wonka, literally when people say the word Karen, I think of the mother from the remake of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh my...
Really?
Wait, Karen as in... Wait.
Like, when you call somebody a Karen, she is the one I think of.
Which mother? Do you mean of Violet Beauregard?
Violet Beauregard's mom.
Right. She's
Oh,
very Karen,
yeah.
Literally, every time I hear somebody call somebody a Karen, that is the first person that...
Well, she has the look of a Karen, but she doesn't actually act like a Karen.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Yeah, she doesn't act like a Karen, but she just, for some reason, that's how I imagine a Karen would look.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
A lot of dots today.
Karens tend to have. Do you remember the Rachel haircut from Friends?
Yeah.
It's that sort of hairstyle. It's the hairstyle that was popular back in the early 2000s and just sort of came back.
Poof.
I feel like there are certain hairstyles that just shouldn't just come back. Like the mullet. Can the mullet stay back in the 80s? Why is the mullet
everywhere.
coming back?
I don't know.
What kind of haircut do you have then, Adam? What's the perfect hairstyle to you?
My hairstyle is foofy right now.
Ooh.
So you have an afro, is what you're saying?
No, I don't. I'm white. I don't have an afro. By the way, this is a great distraction. We've gone away from Kingdom Hearts. I'm just talking about.
Told you he ate it. Oh, what was your first experience with Kingdom Hearts, Adam? Back on track.
My first experience with Kingdom Hearts was I was visiting a cousin. I think it's a cousin twice removed, so it was my dad's cousin's son. I don't know how old the twice removed sort of thing was.
So it was your cousin. Gotcha.
Point is, ended up going to their place. They had a copy of Kingdom Hearts 1, and he said that he had never gotten past the island. I think I'm like, okay, it can't be that bad. I jump on, play, get stuck just as much as he did, don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Where?
And by the time we figure anything out, it was time for me to go home. Like, we only visited for like a couple hours. A few years later, I see a copy of Kingdom Hearts 2 in the store. I'm like, oh my god, it's a Disney game with, like, the characters on the cover. I'm like, I want to play it. And, you know, I got a copy, play it. I still actually have that copy. Which is... I'm gonna flex a little bit. It's signed by Luxord.
Luxord?
Luxord.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, I played Kingdom Hearts 2 before Kingdom Hearts 1, technically.
If I ever meet you in real life, I want you to bring that game, that case, show it to me, and when you show it to me, you have to go, impressive, is it not?
Do that to everyone you
I
show
will
that to.
happily do that. I will happily do that. I'll have it framed, and I'll just sort of carry it around with me.
A frame box.
But yeah, no, I played Kingdom Hearts 2 first. Got confused. Like, you know how people got confused when they played Kingdom Hearts 1 and then Kingdom Hearts 2 and didn't play Chain of Memories and people got confused? Yeah, I didn't know what the hell was going on with Kingdom Hearts 2. It's like, oh, I'm playing as this character called Roxas. And he's really cool. He's like the main character.
Oh,
and
no!
And then he disappears. I'm like, oh, okay, then I'm now playing as this lanky boy. Because let's face it, he looked a little bit weird in his Kingdom Hearts 1 costume.
Are you telling me you were the exact opposite of almost everyone that played, where you're like, oh, yay, Roxas, and then Sora appeared, you're like, who's this fucker?
Yeah!
And then,
yeah, basically. I was like, who the
Ralph.
fuck is this guy? But no, I eventually, like, within about a year, I ended up finding a copy of Kingdom Hearts 1, played that, and thought, I'm still confused. I feel like I'm missing something. How did Sora get from the road to the pod? I'm like, and it was just as Re-Chain of Memories was making the rounds, because if I'm not, I don't remember off the top of my head, but Re-Chain of Memories was really rare in Europe. It wasn't actually that well spread, whereas I think it was released in America, obviously released in Japan, and yeah, it just sort of never really made it here. At least not in huge quantities.
Yeah, interesting.
But I eventually got into the main series. I finally did read up on Chain of Memories. So I never actually played it. I read up on it. Read up on Birth by Sleep because I didn't have a PlayStation Portable. I had a DS, so I played both 358 and Coded, or Recoded.
Unfortunate.
I actually really liked Recoded. Recoded was, in terms of gameplay, Recoded has actually got a lot of fun. It's just the story's a bit shit.
A bit.
Okay, it's very shit. What do you want from me? And obviously, then I got the 3DS. Ended up getting 3D. I didn't even consider the mobile games because I thought, fuck that.
That was so
and then
fun, though.
I fell into the hype train when Kingdom Hearts 3 got announced. You know.
Good hype train.
Yeah,
good times.
No, it wasn't a good hype train. It was way too early.
Oh, I suppose. It was a long 5 years of hype.
Basically, the Kingdom Hearts 3 hype train arrived in the hype station, not really built. It was just...
Oh my god, they pretty much we were all standing in the train station when Kingdom Hearts 3 arrived, but it was just shipment crates. And they're like, hey, we gotta build it first.
Yeah, basically.
Aw, man!
Basically, yeah. Whereas
Wait,
most...
what about this gameplay trailer? Oh yeah, it's gonna look nothing like that.
Yeah. Whereas with
we had
most
to scrap
games... Most games, when their hype train starts, they at least have 1 or 2 cabins done.
If I would have known, like that I was gonna wait 6 more years, I wouldn't have cried as much as I did when they first revealed it.
Aww.
I cried like a baby.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I didn't cry because I'm not a wuss, but...
Excuse you!
Hey, I'm from the US. Come on.
Yeah, I'm from the UK. We don't cry.
Oh, sad little man.
At me trying not to make a comment.
I cry at other things, alright?
Like when we poured all your tea in the harbor? Yeah.
Talk about that! You bastard!
I don't know why they did
Oh, you made him cry. That wasn't
cry.
nice.
I don't actually drink caffeine.
Yeah, no.
No,
He's lying. He's lying, you guys. I saw.
Tell you what, actually, I'm going to open up the books. I'm actually going to tell you 3 things that I do cry at. And it's all
here we go.
It's all media-based, and I want opinions on each of them. So I'll give the first one. The first thing I ever cried at, in terms of media, was the ending of the E.T.
Yo,
Oh, are you shitting me?
E.T.'s amazing.
I'm not kidding.
I never cried my entire life at that movie, but I rewatched it like shortly after my 21st birthday. I cried like a baby.
Yeah. I mean, I was quite a young kid when I first watched E.T. And
I was afraid of it as a child, so I never actually watched it all the way through.
No, I was 9 or 10 when I first watched it, and holy crap, that alien. But yeah, that was the first thing that I cried. But it sounds like that's not a bad thing to cry at.
No, you're approved. Next.
Okay, the next thing I cry at is... this is a bit of a weird one, but do you know the show Clannad?
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. My husband calls
that
that
1,000,000% justified.
Yeah, no. Obviously, the ending. Yes, I cried at it. But nowadays, I cannot watch an entire episode. I can't watch the ending, like the ending credits, because that Dango song makes me cry.
Oh,
I don't know why. It's a song about fucking rice puddings.
Yeah, but it's like the show's theme, and they play it all the time during the sadness and bad news parts. They made you I don't know how to say it, but hey, I've been working on an AMV in my head of Clannad for a super long time. So when I get that out, I'll make you watch it, and then you'll cry.
Don't you dare! To me, it got to the point where like a friend, like an old friend of mine, like I don't speak to him anymore. When he learned that I cry at Clannad, he would do nothing to me. Like, if he felt like I had too much power in the chat, he would send a Clannad GIF my way just to get me to shut up.
Oh,
because
so sad,
whenever I saw that,
though.
it's like, you motherfucker. You have no idea.
You're making me sad. What's the third thing?
Oh, the third thing is Assassination Classroom's 4th opening.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard things.
So, I would happily recommend both of those anime, both Clannad After Story, and Assassination Classroom to anyone. However, I'm about to drop some major spoilers for Assassination Classroom, so if you don't want to listen to them, I would pause the recording for... I'm going to put a timestamp on the video, like in the actual text.
What if I don't want spoilers?
If you don't want spoilers, well, you're here, so you know.
Oh, too late.
Yeah,
you're
gonna get the spoiler.
All right.
No, major spoiler for Assassination Classroom: the teacher dies. It's. Yeah, it's.
Everyone's sad at the ending. I understand now.
Yeah, so unfortunately, they do actually go through with the murder, and he does get killed. But the opening for Assassination Classroom, basically the final episode of the 3rd bit, ends on a bit of a cliffhanger. The first episode basically says, oh, there's an actual deadline before shit's about to go down. I'm not going to say why shit's about to go down, because that in itself is still worth watching the show for. So I'm not going to spoil that. But
Thanks.
Now that there's a countdown, each intro for Assassination Classroom's 4th season has a blackboard, and as it slowly zooms out on that little bit of scene for maybe about 5 seconds, it starts counting down in days, and you get like 80 days till this time, and the next episode will be 65 days till this time, and it eventually gets to days, to a couple of days, to hours, to minutes, and the only one that you don't get is the final episode.
That's really cool.
Just seeing that countdown that's enough to set the fire.
That itself sounds stressful.
It's really stressful.
It's like one of those things that's like, oh, this is a really good anime, and I don't read the manga, so like I don't quite know how long it is. Yeah. This anime could go on for 5 whole seasons. This series counting it down.
I'll put this timestamp here so that people who skipped over it can come back. Oh, to the people who skipped over the spoiler, welcome back. But obviously with that big spoiler and things like that, I would highly recommend the anime, and this is a big...
Snorlax appeared in other anime?
This is a big controversy. I would recommend watching the Assassination Classroom dub. The dub is very, very good.
Dubs have gotten very good in recent years.
Yeah, they really have. Like, when people...
It's not like a sin to suggest dubs anymore.
Yeah, when people hear dub, they think of things like 4Kids. And that sort of shit. But oh god,
like sometimes the characters, like I'm a really big Bryce Papenbrook fan. I really like Bryce Papenbrook, but like sometimes it's hard to take certain characters, even by your favorite voice actors. So like as you know, I'm a huge Bryce Papenbrook. I'm a really big Matt Mercer fan. Sometimes it doesn't feel right hearing them in certain roles. So one of my favorite anime characters of all time is Inosuke Hashibira from Demon Slayer. Like, Bryce Papenbrook is the English VA for Inosuke, and absolutely nothing against him because he still does a really good job. But there are times when there are so many times where I hear Eren Yeager, or I hear Kirito, or I hear this character, or I hear that character.
Oh no, one of my favorite examples of that.
I'd rather just watch the Japanese though.
I'll tell you, one of my favorite examples of that is there's this really, really cheesy anime out there called Rainbow Gate. It's like an anime gambling sort of show, but it's not really. It's a bit shit. Put it this way. But the whole the draw of the show is that the female characters are very attractive and they are nice to look at. Let's just leave it at that.
So anime.
But
Anime, gotcha.
it's all set in a casino, and the guy who owns the casino is a very big misogynistic perv. He's always saying these horrible comments, like in a jokey sort of way. So for anime, you could sort of get away with it, but if it was real life, you'd want to punch him in the dick. And he's also in the dub. He's voiced by the guy who does Eggman, and he uses the Dr. Eggman voice. So I really want, like, people who have heard this now, please, can you find footage of Rainbow Gate of this casino owner saying something horrible, but dub it over Dr. Eggman? Like,
someone's on it. Let's go.
It's like I really want to see a scene of Sonic going like, "Your time is up, Eggman," and Eggman goes, "Ah, you got nice tits there, haven't you?"
So Sonic Retranslated coming.
We're not doing Sonic Sonic Retranslated can be doing one episode. What story is there?
I don't know. There's Sonic 06. There's Sonic Adventure. There's Sonic Adventure 2.
I
There's
would
Sonic
die.
Heroes,
Yeah, Adam.
Sonic Riders. Sonic Riders 2.
I would actually kill myself before I did Sonic 02's bloody retranslating. That is.
He hates Sonic more than
going
Kingdom
to
Hearts.
I know. I do like the Sonic series. I will say.
That's
but,
what you say about Kingdom Hearts, but you know.
No, I do like the Sonic series, but I've sort of fallen out of favour of it. Like, what do you mean I don't like it? Like, one of my big cosplays is that of Dr. Eggman, which I'm not going to show on screen because I don't want people really knowing what I look like. Kind of.
You don't want your lovely fangirls to be making a mad dash on the street to try to get to you.
No, I don't want that. No, I don't like people knowing who I am. I want to be in a position.
That sound like that you don't want to know you.
I want to be in a position where, if this whole YouTube thing does work out, people recognize me by my voice, and kind of like, or maybe recognize me from my look. So, sort of like Jaden Animation or The Odd Ones Out. They're not really well known for the way they look, because they don't really appear on camera too often.
Talking about Grade has that ridiculously masculine chin, my guy. Everybody knows what
I don't watch Grade A under A anymore.
Then why'd you use him as an example?
I didn't. I said Odd Ones Out, didn't I?
Oh, I thought you said Grade.
No. I said Jaden Animation and what Odd Ones Out.
Sorry, yes,
I'm confused now. I don't even know if I actually did say it.
Point is, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, they're like the Storytime animators. Basically, you don't really know them.
I get what you're saying, and we miss you, Grade. Come back. Stop leaving us. Okay, go ahead.
No, Grade can stay away. Like, he's a massive.
Grade's funny.
He's a massive man child.
I'm a massive man child.
I was going to say that sounds familiar.
No, do you not remember what happened with Grade A under A?
Not particularly.
So Grade A basically was the sort of guy who would make videos specifically to get a rise out of people.
Oh no!
And successfully did it a few times. And then there was a guy. He ended up calling out a reaction channel guy, like a guy who literally just sat in a chair,
I know
watched
exactly.
the video,
Yeah, I think I've seen that video.
and didn't say anything, didn't add anything to the video, just had the video playing in the bottom corner, and didn't add anything to it. Those are the sort of reactions that I don't like, because it's I may as well just watch the original video, you know?
And I think that, like, one of his arguments was like the entire screen was this guy just smiling at the camera or staring at the screen, and what he was watching was.
And Grade A actually made some very good points in that video. In that this particular guy is idiot shit, but he called out all reactors, and there are some reactors out there that aren't like that. One of the big
call out all of them. He mentioned one or two that weren't that.
No, he
bad,
called out all reactors, but as a collective, but pointed out these one or two. But one of my favorite reaction channels out there is a guy called Black Nerd Comedy, or Andre. Very funny guy. He actually does add a lot of his... Anyway, not the point. There was a guy who ended up setting up a YouTube channel called Reactor, who he did this whole thing where it's like, hey guys, I'm going to be reacting to such and such. Like, it was all very, very preppy. And then the moment the video started, his face would just drop. It just wouldn't say anything. And then when the video finally ended, he finally went back into his preppy mode and then said, if you like the video, join the like and subscribe. It was very obvious that he was taking the piss. Like, it was a troll account. Like, the account didn't last, hadn't existed for that long. What Reactor ended up doing was for one of his videos, he reacted to a Grade A Under A video. But the video that he was reacting to was something that he spliced together to make it look like he was having a conversation with Grade A. Or at the very least, I think Grade A, he spliced it so that Grade A was complimenting him. And it was like, oh, I love the video. And that reaction video that he made, he paid Google to have it play as an advert in front of Grade A Under A's videos. So that when people clicked on a Grade A Under A video, Reactor's video would play first.
Wow.
As an advert.
Wow.
This got a rise out of Grade A Under A. Now, everyone realised that this guy was taking the piss. Grade A Under A did not realise this. He ended up going on a massive tirade, made a couple of videos against the guy, and Reactor basically made another video where he did actually speak to the Grade A character, like he spliced it that way.
Yeah.
And called Grade A out for all the shit that he had actually done.
Oh, wow.
Calling out YouTubers, but just because he could. Punching up when, there wasn't really any need for it.
I can say I didn't really, enjoy, when Grade would be stirring up drama, about YouTubers and stuff. I really like the ones where, I think one of my go-to favorite ones was when he would rant about, men's fashion and runway models and those kind of things. Like, those were funny as hell.
Or, the manly drinks versus girly drinks. It's like...
Yeah.
No, fuck you. I want something fruity. It's like, I do like those sort of videos, but...
I can completely understand the whole, when he would be calling people out and it was more of a drama thing than it was just, ranting about
when he calls out
silly.
people like, Nicole Arbor and Vegan Gains, who, you know what, fair enough, those two, they are terrible people, but he shouldn't have called them out.
But at that point, kind of stay out of it. Stay out of it,
Well, that was a nice tangent. Why did we go into that tangent again? Oh, because you thought I said Grade A.
Yeah, I thought I said Grade, and I said bring Grade back. You said, I'm gonna hit this guy with some truth.
I like that Dizzle is just basically... Dizzle is just basically sitting here like, I'm gonna let the boys just talk about whatever the fuck it was.
I'm just the background. Ooh, wow.
We'll tell you what. I have a question for you then, Dizzle. We went through the sort of things that made me cry. What about you?
I'll never tell you my weakness.
Freaking hell.
Okay, so the one piece of media that made me cry harder than anything in my entire life was this movie called The Gift. Have you heard of it or seen it?
I have not heard of it.
It sounds familiar.
Long story, kind of short. This guy inherits his uncle's, $1 trillion, but in order to actually earn it, he has to, do a set of things to make this asshole, a better person. So basically, he has to make a friend, so he pays this little girl to be his friend.
Okay.
Because he can't find a real friend because he's too much of a douche.
Hang on, is this Johnny Bravo mixed with Bruce's Millions?
I'm gonna say this sounds like a... Nah, I'm not gonna say that. Go ahead.
Long story short, he actually does befriend this little girl and gets he basically starts dating her mom. But anyway, the girl ends up dying from cancer.
Right.
And,
Oh my god!
And
I'm gonna have to
and,
edit a spoiler thing into this. Oh my god!
well, like, you kind of see it coming. But basically, the long story short of it is, cherish your life and all the things you have in it. And in the end,
Yeah.
money doesn't really matter to him. He donates it all to, like, cancer stuff. But man, I just ran to my bathroom and sobbed like a little baby for at least half an hour. Oh my
Damn.
god. The Gift is my weakness in media.
That's fair. Oh god, what about you, Marcus? What's
So
your weakness?
you're all trying to sit here and tell me that you didn't cry watching Marley and Me.
I've never watched that.
Oh shit. I can't watch animal movies. Anything with the animal, I cried during Seabiscuit. Anything with the animal, I couldn't watch that movie. I knew.
It's why she can't watch
Viva
Marmaduke.
Zoo? No way. Anything with animals, second weakness.
She can't watch Garfield either.
No,
Let's-
too much.
Garfield?
Lasagna's
Okay.
bad for cats.
Okay,
That
sure.
cat's gonna die.
You're basically watching like a 2-hour long movie of a cat killing itself.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
even that.
awful.
It's fucking Bill Murray in the body of a cat.
And that makes it worse.
Poor Bill Murray, he didn't deserve this.
Bill Murray.
He literally says in Zombieland that he regrets Garfield. Come on, man.
Okay, I have a different question
The one
because
that kind of stands out a little, though, just because we were talking about like stuff that make it. The first movie I could like remember like that made me cry. As a kid, I was like 3 or 4 years old. I liked dinosaurs, and more so, I really fucking liked Godzilla. Loved Godzilla.
Now I really don't know where this is
I'm
going.
really confused. Yeah, did you start dating Godzilla when he broke up with you or something?
Yes. So, like in Godzilla vs. Destroya, the Heisei series,
Okay.
like during the entire movie, Godzilla, like I don't remember like exactly what it was, but he was like reaching a nuclear, like a radiation overload. So he was throughout the movie, he's called Burning Godzilla because he's literally glowing like he's burning on the inside. His body temperature is rising so high that he's going to explode, and it's essentially going to be like 10 atom bombs mixed together when he explodes.
Atom
Right,
bombs,
okay.
huh?
And
Atom, not
jokes.
Adam. Shut up.
And so, and then he ends up fighting Destroya, who's kind of like the big bad, the monster of all monsters. He's got like the DNA of all the monsters mixed together. He's from this, he's from that. Basically, the strongest opponent Godzilla could fight. He's the end game boss.
Are you telling me that his strongest opponent was not King Kong?
He rinsed King Kong, my guy.
That's just
But,
his most famous.
Like throughout the movie, Godzilla has a Godzilla Jr., so a son that he travels around with. Destroya kills his son, and Godzilla finds his son, and he mourns. You can see him find his son,
So hang
his
on,
dead
if
son's
Godzilla-
body and all this.
If Godzilla destroys Tokyo, does Godzilla's son destroy Little Tokyo?
Yes,
Don't
No, he goes-
just,
no, I'm
don't
not
just
gonna
say
say that
yes!
he goes to
Riff
he
on it,
destroy-
you asshole!
So, like, he goes to Beijing or something like that. So he ends up killing Destroya. Like, boom, Godzilla overloads. He starts overloading. He starts melting, having a meltdown. Like, so he's
shit.
about to explode, and the humans in the movie, like, throughout the entire movie, they've been trying to figure out, God, how the hell do we stop Godzilla from destroying the city? How do we help Godzilla destroy Destroya? And how do we stop Godzilla from blowing up? Like, so they end up, getting kind of into, like, this whole cryo-freeze thing to drop his temperature. So instead of, like, overloading and exploding and basically destroying the country, like, he's just gonna... The area's gonna be radiated for a while, like, but they'll be able to contain it. Like, it's better to just lose this sector than like, an entire country, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so, like, then... Like, so, Godzilla, in this fucking movie, at the very end of it, like, the fucking song Requiem, I still know the name of the song. It kicks in. Like, and Godzilla was my hero as a little kid. And you literally see Godzilla melt on screen.
No.
He doesn't just like
shit.
fade away. He doesn't like fade away. He doesn't just like turn into a puddle. He doesn't just like disintegrate and burn away. You see him melt on screen.
Is he like crying in pain?
Yes. And
Oh
literally, I'm not gonna completely remake it because I'm not a dinosaur. But literally, this final he lets out this final kind of roar, and it's the most gut wrenching thing. As you then see his flesh melt down to the bone, and then he turns into more of a puddle.
Damn.
Oh my!
You don't actually see
How
the puddle. but you see
traumatizing!
Oh yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna slap it for y'all so you guys can watch it when you get a moment.
I'm not.
I thought you were
I'm
gonna go,
good,
like-
thanks.
It's
I thought you were gonna go to like
Well,
Land
no, it's
Before
not-
Time or something.
Like it's not like that bad. Oh yeah, no, forget Land Before Time. This is where legends cried.
No. The
Like,
the real show where people cry with the dinosaur stuff is that dinosaur sitcom thing.
Oh yeah.
Dinosaurs.
Was it literally called Dinosaurs? Yeah.
I think it was literally called Dinosaurs.
Anyway, sorry. Actually, I did want to talk about this earlier. So I brought up Brewster's Millions, which was a bit of a weird thing to bring up. But like, have you guys ever seen Brewster's Millions?
I've never heard of that in my life.
So it's about a guy who basically has nothing in life. He's like a baseball umpire, and all he really owns is the shirt on his back. That's basically it. He ends up finding out that he has a really rich uncle who donated $30 million to him, and basically said, "Here is $30 million. You have to spend every single penny, and you must sell every single thing you own, and wear nothing but the shirt on your back. And if you can do that by the time a month has ended, he will give him $300 million."
Easy.
Well, you think that it ends up becoming. It ends up becoming. You know how people have like movies have these really dramatic endings of like, oh, if I don't reach her in time, she's gonna die, or like, if I don't get to this bus in time, everyone's gonna die. Everyone's like, it's really dramatic, really tension filled. It's like, oh, in a romantic comment, in a romance, it's like, oh, will they actually kiss this time? It's like, oh my god. In Brewster's Millions, it's like, will he file his taxes correctly? And that's the ending of the movie. There's like a moment where like it's something that happens really early. It's like he buys something for a guy, and the guy doesn't really say that he's taken ownership of it. So he ends up. It's a way to screw over the Brewster. He ends up going like, oh yeah, no, you've actually got like 22,000 still in your bank account, and there's like 10 minutes to go or something before the end. It's like, oh my god, what can I spend $22,000 on to reach this time limit? It's like, I know, I'm gonna send this person's kid to college. It's a weird ending for a movie. And it basically says, like, as soon as that time hits, it's like, congratulations, you've spent all the money. Here is $300 million. Oh my god! Credits roll.
Happy for him.
I really want to know, like, is there anything out there that, like, are there any movies out there you've watched that ended in such a bizarre fashion that you don't know if it was...
God.
If you don't know it actually ended or not.
Oh. Not off the top of my head. I'd have to think on it.
Yeah, I'd have to sit there and think about that for a minute.
Damn. Oh, I'll pause the recording for now. If you want to have a little bit of a think, I'll play some elevator music. Fuck it! I won't play elevator music. I'll sing it.
That's what I'm doing. You can't take my job.
You're busy. You're busy thinking.
I'm multitasking.
You know what kind of like ends abruptly? That fucking I still to this day I'm like that's it. That's it. There's two of them that come to mind for me
Right.
now that I think about it. Are we still recording?
Yeah, we're still recording. It's fine.
Oh shit. The
We're
first
recording all
one,
the time.
like the first one is Monty Python's and the Search for the Holy Grail.
You know what? That's the one I was thinking
That one
of.
for to me just kind of ends abruptly.
I think the whole point of the Holy Grail is that it's a massive piss take of all movies. I mean, the guys ride around instead of with horses, they use guys who have coconuts.
That's
Still
the
fun.
best part.
You know what I found out? actually, about
the
that
best
scene?
part is the killer rabbit.
You know what I found out
Yeah,
about
that
that
part's
horse
good too.
bit is that they were actually supposed to have horses. That was the one bit that is genuinely like, oh shit, we don't have horses. Fuck it, it'd be funnier if we just have a guy that goes click 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 click, click with coconuts.
That's it.
And then the other one was like it feels like it should have gone on for like another 15-20 minutes. Not like oh that's it, the movie just ends right there. Like you feel like there should have been another hour or like a sequel to it, but just like an extra 10 minutes or one more or two more, like maybe even 5 minutes with the right conversation or something.
Yeah.
John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh.
Right.
That one to me ended abruptly because, like, I'll just jump right into it. So spoilers, like at the end, Kurt Russell's characters, Cassidy, he's the only character left. McCready and Childs, who is played by the legendary Keith David.
Of course.
Like, but pretty much the entire time, it's McCready like fights off the thing at the very end, and he kills it, and then Childs is revealed to have quote unquote survived. Like,
Right.
and then he walks over and he's like, "Hey, Childs, where the hell were you this entire time?" And that's when Child kind of spins. He says, "Hey, I saw this person take off. I got lost in this blizzard." Like, and they just kind of like sit down and like stare at each other. And he says, "Here, you want a drink?" Childs takes a drink. And McCready just takes the bottle back, and then the movie just ends. Like, so like there's a lot of like rumors going around. Is McCready infected? Is Childs the thing? Like,
Yeah.
is this that? Is that this? And I understand it, like, that kind of helps build the suspense and, like, the horror aspect of it. But at the same time, I feel like there should have been 5 more minutes to that scene, or 5 more minutes to show what happened then.
You know, I've decided we're actually coming up to the hour now, so I'll probably play the outro music now. But, you know, The Sopranos?
Yeah.
You know
I
how
agree.
that ends, like, mid-sentence?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I'm going to end this. in the next
then you have
5
to have
minutes, in the next 5 minutes, we're going to have a conversation, and I'm just going to end it halfway through a sentence. And I'm not going to tell either of you which sentence it's going to be.
You have to do, like, the little,
Well,
like, how
you're
when
evil.
it cuts to black and they do the special thanks or created by or something like that, just at the end.
Oh no, I'll just do our standard outro. I will cut it to black though, because that'd be funny. So we didn't really talk much about Kingdom Hearts, did we? Mostly movies.
Yeah, this escalated.
Yeah, it's fine. We need a title though.
We do need a title. What should we call it?
Certified Sad Boy Hours.
Yo,
We were talking
Dizzle
about
got a
things that made us
promotion,
cry.
and Adam hates Kingdom Hearts.
The one
Question
with the worst
mark?
ending. We should call it the one with the worst ending.
Alright, that's a good one.
All right, approved.
Because that's also a Friends reference, because we were talking about Karen's earlier.
Oh, we were talking about Karens. I'm actually watching.
My
I'm
God.
actually going through all the Friends episodes right now. Like I'm like, near the end of season 5. It's good. I like it.
When I worked at Disney, I on my Jungle Cruise boat, I would always make Friends references.
Like what?
Oh, you were one of those guys? That's awesome.
Yeah. So like, I don't care. I'll sit here and I don't care if any of my former bosses at Disney are saying it. I went off script, and like one of my favorite was